Hi. So now I have another project that I wanted to work on with you. This is one of my favorite things to do, where I stack cans to make a container and then play around with the design where I'm doing within these containers. So these ones are complete. You can see inside I have a needle pin holder in both of these, but I'll show you how I put this together. First of all, I have a clean empty can. This happens to be Kirkland's chicken, but I just like this size. It's a little bigger than tuna and kind of a nice one. And the result is this can. So I start with an empty can and then a full can of something that has some weight to it so that it'll weight down my design, my container. And then I take some tape, masking tape or painter's tape, to tape them together, which gives me this as the result. So now I have my stacked container. These have taller, I think I have 2 cans stacked in here, plus a small container at the top on this one. So then what I do is I like to cover it with some paper. Paper I've used here is just craft paper. Looks like kind of like a paper bag. And I just used some brown shoe polish and rubbed the polish onto the bag to give it a little different finish, which would be this brown finish. And then I take double-sided tape and I cut it to the height that I need for the cans. Put some double-sided tape on it. Attach it to one side. Put tape at the other end. And just roll it till it connects. And rub it in place. And now I have my container covered in brown, which I think is kind of a nice container. So, and I also like to do them different heights. So now I have 3 containers that I can stack together to come up with the design. These containers I use needle pin holders, but I could also put Oasis in. I have a baggie with some wet Oasis that I've already soaked. Let's see, clean out my space. I'm gonna put that in here so that it'll will fit inside. And now I'm gonna work on a design. Let's see. From my yard, I picked some yucca. And I thought that it would be fun to do a tall design with these 3 containers. I've already started with this one. And I took just one of the branches or one of the leaves of the yucca. And I bent it over. Kind of just work it a little bit to make it not quite so stiff. But I brought it down and I twisted it just to kind of give it a little bit of curve to it. And I'm going to put this one in here also. The way I did the last one was I just took the tip and I bent it and I put it on top of the pin holder and then I stuck the stem in, so that kind of kept it in place. So it's given me a little bit of height and some movement in there. I have these other ones. Other things you could do with these, you can just fold them if you like. I mean, these give you a nice, if you want to do some kind of a fun design with that, or you could bend it back and fold it like that. But I'm going to keep using mine with this little twist in it. Getting lost back here behind the yucca. You can also use some of your Sansevieria to get some of this height and line, or you can take some vine, or if you have like curly willow or something, that gives you some really pretty design and movement in here. Let's see. This last one though, since I have the oasis, I'll probably do this a little bit differently because I cannot, I'm gonna have to probably, the best idea will be to tape it together at the base and then put it into my oasis. So I have some floral tape I'm going to just use to wrap this together. And floral tape is a product that you have to stretch to make it stick. So you start it around and then you just keep stretching it and wrapping it over itself. And that will hold it in place. And this one I can put into my oasis. And I'll probably just do one more in the oasis there. So I think that's all I'm going to do. So now I have these 3 containers that I can just kind of use randomly around. Gives me my structure. I think this would be a some kind of a construction design or a cylindrical design if you were looking for a design type to call it. So what I'm going to do now is work with a couple of just some things that I cut from the yard. And I'm just going to kind of put these in here to give it some color and to make it pretty. So this is some little azaleas. Just I thought the colors would go together. Green and pink, yes, it's a great color combination. What do you think? Let's see. Kind of frames them nicely. It's just a simple way of using some of your spring plants to, well, to highlight them, I'd say. And this one I'm going to turn a little bit and we'll put that down here. And then you can take some leaves that you might have. I have some Cuba. I'm going to try and fit in here and see how that covers the oasis. So this is something that I might put in my kitchen on my island just for some color and some pretty spring flowers to enjoy. And the containers that you're using you can hold on to until you need whatever is inside of them to make your dinner, but you'll have those to use over again.